Morning, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and go over 2-point perspective with you. So we went over 1-point perspective before, and in 1-point perspective, we had our horizon, which in looking at your drawings, some of you did not draw or you didn't include it in your photo. So make sure you draw that in because it's very important. So we had our horizon. And we also had our vanishing point. And in 1-point perspective, we had one vanishing point, right? So everything that we drew, and I'll just do a quick demonstration here. Everything that we drew kind of vanished to a single point. So if we had a square, which we had lots of, all those corners that we see go to this vanishing point, right? So I could draw from this corner a diagonal line, and from this corner also a diagonal line, and then from this corner a diagonal line, again all to the same vanishing point, because again the basic idea, as things get farther away they get smaller. So let me fix that. And that's the whole idea with perspective, is as things get further away from us, they get smaller. Now this top left corner, again, is kind of blocked off by the shape itself, by the form itself. So we don't actually see it, but I will kind of draw a dotted line just to show you that it is there. And that also goes to your vanishing point. A lot of you had trouble with the back edge. But again, we want to follow the same rules. So the back edge does what the front edge does, and that is, so just look at your front, right? Your front is this square. That means the back is also a square. Let's say I want to make my object this short. So front edge is a vertical line, back edge also a vertical line. Some people start drawing diagonals here because they don't know or they don't remember what to do with it. Again, front edge here, horizontal line. So down here, we also want to draw a horizontal line. And that, again, is the back edge. Again, we don't see the vertical line here, but I'll just draw a dotted line. Again, front edge is a vertical, back edge is a vertical, and then front top, horizontal line, back top edge, also a horizontal line. I'll draw that dotted, and that is your cube in 1-point perspective. Okay. Now, 2-point perspective. What we're going to do is kind of turn this. So in 1-point perspective, essentially we're looking at it. Again, the front faces are closest to us. In 2-point perspective, that changes. What we're doing is we're turning this. So now, when we think about an object, a corner is going to be the closest to us. And we have 2 vanishing points. And that's where all of these diagonals are going to disappear to. I'm going to put my horizon right in the middle. Remember, your horizon is also going to be eye level. So that's a good thing to remember because it gives us a hint as to how we're going to see that object. So everything that is above eye level, we are looking up at, and everything that is below, we're going to look down on, right? Let's start above. Now, in 2-point perspective, we're also going to add a second vanishing point. So I'll put one here at the end and on the other end, and those are my 2 vanishing points. Same idea with 1 point in that we're drawing all of these diagonals to these 2 points. And we're also going to kind of follow the same steps, but this time it's slightly different. So I'm going to start again with the front of my object. Actually, I'll start below the vanishing point, or the horizon. And what I'm going to draw first is the front corner of my cube. So just like you drew the front face in 1 point, I'm also going to draw the front here, except in this case, we're drawing a corner as opposed to a face. And then what we want to do with this front corner, connect the 2 ends to my vanishing point. So the bottom end, I'm going to draw a diagonal. And I'm just going to fade that out as I get closer. Top, also going to draw a diagonal to my vanishing point. And then to the end here, other vanishing point, I'm going to draw another diagonal. And also, again, another diagonal going the other way. All right. So now we can kind of see, all right, this is a corner. Now how do we draw the ends, other edges of my object? Sort of the same idea. We're going to repeat this process. Let's say I want this object to end here. I'm just going to draw a straight line up. Remember, this is a back edge, so it's going to do what the front does. And same thing over here. I'm going to end this object here. Again, I want this to be a vertical line. Again, use your ruler if you need. Now, once I draw those 2 edges, it's going to give me these lines on these diagonals. And from those diagonals, I also want to connect those to my vanishing points. And I'm just going to draw these. Again, I'll draw them dark and then I'll fade them out. And other side, again, I'm going to connect to the vanishing point. And now you see we have a top edge to our object. And we actually have our cube drawn in 2-point perspective. I am going to connect the bottom corner here, though. Again, we're not going to see this because it's blocked by the object, but I'm going to draw a dotted line just so you can see where that line would go. Same thing on the other side. Again, to the opposite vanishing point. Okay, and you'll see when those lines cross, you also get another corner. That's the bottom back corner of your object, and it should be a vertical line to the top back corner. So I'll just draw that again, dotted line, to kind of tell you where that goes. And so you have your cube with your 6 sides, the top face here. Again, we're looking down on the object, so we see that top face. And the back sides again, and that's pretty much it in how you draw a cube in 2-point perspective. We'll do a few more just to practice. So this time let's do from the top. Again, follow the same steps. Front corner. And then you're going to connect the top to your vanishing point. And connect the bottom to your vanishing point, sort of the sides of your object. Again, now we just decide how big we want this to be. So let's say I'm going to make this one a little bit longer. Again, a vertical line is going to determine the edge, the back edge here. So I'll just draw that. And then a vertical line, another on the right side is also the back edge there. So we'll draw that. And again, that's going to give us some back corners that we need to connect. Now, how do I know which one is going to which direction? Well, here's my point. Again, it's already actually connected to this vanishing point. So I want to go the other way and draw this line here. And then this bottom edge, again, already connected to that one. So I'll go the other way. And you have your shape in 2-point perspective. Again, notice the difference between this cube here. We're looking down. This is the top face. Now, above our horizon, we're looking up at it, and you see the bottom face. So, again, horizon eye level, above us, below us. We see the bottom above us. We see the top below us. And that's your second object in 2-point perspective. Notice, again, I did not connect all of these corners here. I'll do one side really quickly. This is blocked by the object itself, so you won't see it. But technically, you could draw this, and it will still also follow those rules. And then you'll get a vertical line here. Same place where if I drew this back corner, we'd get a back corner here, back corner there. That's that back corner of that object. Okay, let's do one more. We'll do this one right on the horizon. So half of our line is going to be above, and half is going to be below. This is kind of the easiest one, but same idea. We're going to connect the bottom. Okay. Now, again, since this is at eye level, we don't actually see the bottom or the top. We just see the sides. So all I have to do is draw the edges. And I have my objects. So here's the right side, here's the left side. Shade that in. just to give you that sense of sides. And that is 2-point perspective. Let's do one more that's just going to be kind of a combination of a little more challenging of an object. I'll do this down here at the bottom. So we'll start the same way. I'm going to do my vertical line. That's the front corner again. And I'll connect to the vanishing points. Notice as you get closer to the vanishing points, the more severe, the more dramatic these diagonals get. Again, top, I will also connect to my vanishing points. So we're going to start this the same way, but then I'm going to kind of throw a curveball in there. It's actually not a curve, it's very much still straight lines. So I'm going to draw kind of a light side edge here. Again, this is just going to be a vertical line. And I'm going to stop halfway because I want this to keep going. So I'm going to put a point there. And really all I have to do is connect that to the vanishing point. And so now you sort of see, all right, we have kind of a more complex shape. It's still very geometric. I'm going to make sort of an L almost. And so the bottom piece, still a vertical line here. That's going to give me this diagonal and this diagonal to draw to the other vanishing point. So now here's sort of something to look out for. When I draw this other line here, again, the object itself is in front. So I'm just going to draw part of this line until it hits this side here, and then I'm going to stop. Okay, I'm going to do that same thing to the other side just to make it interesting. Again, a vertical line, I'm going to stop it about halfway from connecting. Now, theoretically, this is just, again, two cubes kind of stacked on top of each other, so I'll show you that too. Here's the bottom piece. It's going to connect. And if I want to make it the same level on the right side here, I'm just going to continue that line. So I'll continue this piece until it hits that. That's going to go to the vanishing point. And then again, I'll draw the edge there. So that does give me a back corner here. So again, I'm going to connect that to the other side. But I'm going to stop it once it hits this front piece. Now all I have left is this top plane to draw. Again, connect to your vanishing points. And there you go. So now I have sort of a part of a pyramid almost. Here's the side panel. Again, the top here, since we're looking down on it, it's under the horizon. This is also a top, as well as this. And then this is the left side. Again, we don't see the bottom because we're looking down on our object. And so that'll be your first 2 points. introduction. Tomorrow or later in the week, we'll do something a little more complicated. So do those 4 objects. Again, label it as I did here. Let me know how it goes. You are going to turn this in, so take a picture, upload it. Let me know how it goes. Please ask questions, and good luck.